Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles. I want to welcome you guys to the conversation. So today, I'm going to be talking about a topic that's really interesting. And to me, it's been debated on in the past, but not as much as other topics that we talk about as far as the greatest players of all time and all these different things. So today's topic, excuse me, I want to be talking about, was Kobe Bryant the greatest Laker of all time? So that's what we're going to be answering today. So all of you know Kobe Bryant is probably he's the most recent Laker great, and the one that came before him was Shaq. Shaq retired before Kobe. Okay, but before I get into why I think Kobe is the greatest Laker of all time, minus the fact, let me just go into this saying that minus the fact I am a huge Kobe Bryant fan, so let me just get that out of the way. So minus that fact, let's go into the numbers and look at other great Lakers that came before Kobe Bryant, and let's make a case for him and let's see where he really ranks. And in the end, I'm going to ask you guys where you think he ranks or who you think the greatest Laker of all time is. So I'm not going to put in any particular rank. I'm just going to go through some of the Lakers, great Laker greats in their career. So let's start off with Magic Johnson. Okay, Magic Johnson played for about, I think it was like 15 seasons or so. He averaged in his career, he averaged 19.5 points a game, 7.2 rebounds a game, and 11 assists per game. He was considered the greatest, and probably still is considered the greatest point guard in the history of the NBA, just because of his size, standing at 6'8", the way he could see over the floor. And he is the originator of the Showtime Lakers. You know, that Magic, when you think of Showtime, you think of Magic Johnson. He had an electric smile. His personality was amazing with the media. He was really good at, he had a lot of charm, and the way he would, charm people in the Hollywood sort of audience, and everyone loved him, especially when he was going up against Larry Bird. So let's look at Magic Johnson's career. So Magic Johnson is a 5-time NBA champion. He's a 3-time Finals MVP. He's a 3-time regular season MVP. He's a 12-time All-Star, and he's been on all first team 9 times. He was also a 4-time assist leader and a 2-time leader with steals per game. Okay, Magic Johnson, there's no secret that if you ask most basketball fans, you ask them to rank their top 10 greatest players, Magic Johnson always ends up in the top 5. And looking at these stats is really easy to see why. He played his entire career with the Los Angeles Lakers, and he was also a member of the famous Dream Team with Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, Charles Barkley, and all of these greats, and Larry Bird. So Magic Johnson, in a lot of people's eyes, is the greatest Laker of all time. So keep those stats in your mind. Then we have another Laker great in James Worthy. Now, James Worthy played, I think he played for about 10 years or so in his career. He was 6'9", and he weighed 225 pounds. Now, James Worthy also won his championships, I believe, with the Lakers. So he won 3 NBA titles. He's a 1-time Finals MVP in 1988. He's a 7-time All-Star. He's he was on 2 all third-team NBA teams. Now, when you think of Laker greats, James Worthy is definitely there, but he's not at the level of, Magic Johnson. So these are the stats for James Worthy. Looking at the logo now in Jerry West is an NBA champion. He's the logo. He's the Finals MVP. He's a 14-time All-Star. He's been on 10 all-first NBA teams, and he's been on 4 all-defensive second teams. And he was also a scoring champion and an assist leader in the league. He is absolutely one of the greatest players of all time, one of the greatest minds of all time, and certainly the greatest executive in the history of the NBA. He is unparalleled when you talk about the way he's able to sort of architect teams and build great championship teams and cultures and all of this stuff. So Jerry West is definitely one of the greatest Lakers of all time. Then we got my man, the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, the Diesel himself. Now let's talk about Shaq, okay? Shaq is a 4-time NBA champion, although he won 3 of his championships with the Los Angeles Lakers and then 1 with the Miami Heat. Now, he didn't play his entire career with the Lakers, but he did help bring them 3 banners. He's a 3 times Finals MVP. He's the most valuable of the player. He's a regular season MVP in 2000, and he believes he should have won more MVPs. He's a 15-time All-Star, a three-time All-Star Game MVP. He's been on 8 for all first teams. He was the Rookie of the Year, and his stats go on and on and on. And he's one of the scoring leaders in the history of the NBA. I believe Shaq has about 30,000 points. Now his career averages are 23.7 points a game, 10.9 rebounds a game, and 2.3 blocks a game. So Shaq, everyone knows that Shaq is one of the greatest Lakers of all time. Some people definitely consider Shaq to be the most dominant basketball player in the history of basketball, especially in his run from 2000 to 2002, when he was just ragdolling the league. People like Tim Duncan, Dave Robinson, Kevin Garnett. No one could do anything with Shaq. We all know that Shaq was, it was just, at certain points, it was actually hard to watch because you couldn't even referee this dude. He was 7'1", I believe it was, 300 and something pounds. And he would just, mow over, defenders. So Shaq is definitely one of the greatest Lakers of all time. Then we're moving over to who else? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Now, Kareem is a 6-time NBA champion. Now, he won some of his championships on his own, but it's safe to say that Kareem is probably the greatest winner in the history of basketball because he won on the high school level, college level, and in the pros. Okay, he's a 6-time NBA champion, 2 times finals MVP. He's a 6-time regular season MVP. He's a 19-time All-Star. He's the all-time leader in points points per game in the history of the NBA. And if we look at his career stats, think about it. Kareem averaged 24.6 points a game with 38,387 points per game. He averaged 11 rebounds a game and 2.5 blocks per game. So if we're going to look at stats, Kareem has all the stats to back it up and the championship. So Kareem is going to be a good argument. And then finally, we got Wilt Chamberlain. Now, Wilt Chamberlain is a 2-time NBA champion, an NBA Finals MVP, 13-time All-Star, 4-time regular season MVP. He's been on 7 all-first NBA first teams. He's won 7 scoring titles. He's been an NBA assist leader once in 1968. His career points are 31,419 points. He averaged 30 points per game for his career. His rebounds, this is insane. Like, he averaged 22.9 rebounds a game, and assists, he averaged 4.4 assists per game. Now, granted, Wilt Chamberlain played at a different time. A lot of people argue that if he played in the modern NBA, there would be no way he would be able to put up such numbers. Now, obviously, some people are probably going to rank Kareem ahead of him because Kareem had the most unstoppable move in the history of the NBA, which is the sky hook. So Wilt Chamberlain is definitely up there. And now let's go to the person that I believe is the greatest Laker of all time. That's Kobe Bryant. Let's read off his stats. So Kobe played 20 years for the Los Angeles Lakers. He was drafted, I think, in 1997 out of high school to go play with the Lakers. He's a 5-time NBA champion, so he matches Magic with that, and is one short of Kareem, although Kareem won one of his championships with a different team. He's a 2-time finals MVP. He's a regular season MVP. He's an 18-time All-Star, 4-time All-Star game MVP, 11 All-First NBA team, 9 All-Defensive NBA team, first team, and he's made it 3 times on the second team. So we're talking about 12-time All-Defensive team. He's a 2-time scoring champion, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now let's look at his points. Kobe scored 33,643 points. So for his career, he averaged 25 points a game. Rebounds, he averaged 5.2 rebounds a game and 4.7 assists. So how could we make a case for Kobe over Magic and Kareem? I think those are the 2 people he has to get over, because I think Kobe supersedes Shaq, because Shaq went to go play with another team. That's 1. And 2, Kobe won all of his championships with the Lakers. So he has 5 championships for the Lakers, as does Magic Johnson. I think the 2 people that we're really competing against right here is between Magic and Kobe. So if you ask Magic Johnson will say that Kobe Bryant is the greatest Laker of all time. Shaq has definitely said the same thing. So even Magic and Shaq give Kobe the nod. 2, Kobe wins the longevity argument. He played the longest for that team, right? And Kobe really, really was an ambassador for the Lakers. He was really proud to don the Laker jersey every day and go out there and represent the brand because he understood what it meant. And that's what made it really hard for him to recruit players, because Kobe would tell you, I don't need to recruit you. Okay, you know who I am, you know who I play for. So for some people, that would rub some players the wrong way, but Kobe understood that he played for one of the most storied NBA franchises. Now, if you combine Kobe and Magic Johnson, they account for 10 titles for the Lakers. And think about it, the Lakers have 16 world championships, and those two players account for 10 of them, and Kobe accounts for 5 of them. Now, obviously, there's a recency bias. There's also the fact that I did not see Magic Johnson play as I did see Kobe Bryant. But I think if you were to take the body of work, right, they equal each other more or less on the accomplishments, right? Magic Johnson was a point guard, Kobe Bryant was a shooting guard. So obviously they had different, let's say, proclivities, where Kobe was more prone to scoring. Magic Johnson was more prone to facilitating a game. So that's why you see such a disparity in their points versus assists. But where I think Kobe makes the argument is his longevity. Kobe did play for 20 years. And Kobe, if we were just to rank the players, most people would say, at least some people would say, that Kobe Bryant was a better basketball player than Magic Johnson, because a lot of people, most people acknowledge that Kobe Bryant was the closest thing to Michael Jordan, and everyone acknowledges that Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time, which means he's better than Magic Johnson. So I think Kobe wins the best player as the greatest player in Lakers history. As far as, I mean, the best player in Lakers history. As far as the greatest player, I think a lot of people endear Magic Johnson a lot, and a lot of people are going to pick Magic Johnson to be the greatest Laker. So if I had to make my final argument, I'm definitely going to say that Kobe Bryant was the best Laker of all time, and Magic Johnson is probably the greatest Laker of all time when it comes to his outgoing personality and being an ambassador for the brand, especially since he's been, you know, he's still close to the team even today. He's a spokesperson for the Lakers, whereas Kobe, since he's retired, you don't really see him much talking about the Lakers or playing any active role in the management. So I think that for those two arguments, I think Magic Johnson is the greatest Laker of all time, but Kobe Bryant is the best Laker of all time. So what I want to know from you guys is, who do you think is the greatest Laker of all time? Do you think it was Kobe? Do you think it was Magic Johnson or someone else? Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. I'll be really interested to know what you guys think about this topic. Again, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to get some of our new content as it comes out. Once again, this is Charles here from DreamersPro, wishing you guys a great day.